my book that we're going to talk about called Beyond the Box. I tell a story of watching a bug fall in the pool when I was in the pool, and I wanted to save it. And so I took up the water and I splashed it up onto the side. Of course, that bug thought it was dying and thought it was in, something was harming it. And really, that tumultuousness was really the thing that was saving its life. But if we can begin to identify that that is a fear and then replace it with a truth, I really work with my clients on finding, I call them remedy thoughts, that are truth thoughts that replace the fear thoughts, because you can't have the same thought in the same place. Faith and fear can't live in the same moment. We as humans, we fear death, but really there is, eternal life, and it's just an evolution. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what it's like, but being with both my parents when they passed, I know that there is even a transition as people go over, that you can see that there's eternal life. The first 3 days of the pandemic, I slept.
Oh,
Yes, yes. And Laura's going, yes, yes, and I slept, and my system had to kind of start to adjust to this. And then I went, okay, so what can I do with this? Which side of the valley are we going to go into? And at the very beginning, I'll share a little bit of my own personal story here. At the very beginning of this, I just went, wow. And this is what I do with everything. It's like I find junk on the road. It's like, oh, what can I make this into? Something of beauty. And when this happened, I said right off the bat, I said, what can I do with this? So I set out 3 goals for myself. One was to write my book. The second one is to do some deep emotional work. Now, I do that for other people all the time, but this was like me time. It's like, what do you choose to do with this? You can fall and sleep on the couch for another 6 months,
yeah.
but what can you do with this? See, I help people discover the masterpiece of their life, right? And to how to bring that into the world. And all this time I had one piece of my life and another piece of my life, and I was continually in a struggle kind of place trying to integrate them. And I went down and I did a 3-day ceremony with a coach and just went down deep into my emotional life. And every day I would come home and do my drawings. And at the end of this, it was like, oh, that's the integration of the two, my intuitive drawing. And that's what I did with you. And that's what we're going to continue in the second way. It's like each one of us has a masterpiece to bring into the world. And most of us don't know what that is, or we don't have the courage.
I want to talk a little bit more about that because I love the playfulness of that top divine space, that chakra, is that it's like, at last time we talked, to me that was flurry. Like, okay, I'm going here, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But now what it's doing for me, now that I see this for today, is playfulness. I see the gold and the white, like that's like celebration. And that gold is a color of the Fresh Inspiration show. And so when I saw the heart, I see that the what I'm doing is bringing me deeper in to full alignment.
This is very exciting. And so this was the thing, and I was hoping you would discover that too. So in amongst all of this beauty and wonderfulness, the really cool thing about this is that we can look in it to see the stuck places. And this container, in my feeling tone, and you have to see if you resonate with this, is holding some of the stuck places for you. I don't know, I don't have your answers, but I do have a drawing that's starting to emerge from that. What's going on for you when you look at this?
On the bottom left,
Mm-hmm.
I want to be on vacation, and I'm telling myself I'm going to go on vacation,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not doing it.
You, the client, can understand, because I didn't know what was in here. I didn't know what this was. And actually, the next component of this, I want to go and visit some of these other areas, but these are still kind of like here. We can take a dive into this real deep void. I see these little swirlies. These are kind of
Yeah,
curious to me. What would that represent for you?
probably spinning. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
So you can do that in a meditation, and you can, like, you're so intuitive, like you were with my Jasper, and you can, go find this spirit that's also looking for you.
It looks like Oliver. So for me, I see a puppy there. Kuma really relied on Spencer as his guide. That was one of the things that was very difficult when um, I love this. That was one of the hardest things for when Kuma was on his own, that I became his guide.
Mm.